Can Inter Miami make the playoffs this year? That is a question which I have. But before I continue, let me address a few things from my last video. First of all, I do not hate Lionel Messi, okay? I do not hate Inter Miami. I do not hate Lionel Messi at all. I think he's one of the greatest players. But because I, quote unquote, criticized his performance in some respects in the final, a lot of people think I'm a Messi hater. Furthermore, I get a lot of them telling me that, you're not very good at this, blah, 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 okay? Here's the thing, okay? As it says in the description, it's just my 2 cents. It's just my thoughts, okay? I'm just giving my 2 cents and my thoughts on what I saw in the game against Nashville and Inter Miami, okay? You don't have to watch it, okay? All you have to do, look, if you want to watch it, that's great. If you don't, that's fine too. But the point is, I do not hate Inter Miami. I do not hate Lionel Messi. I think he's the greatest of all time. I think he's the GOAT. I have no problems with people criticizing, criticizing my thoughts or something like that. That's all good and well. Okay, if you disagree with my thoughts, then fine. But let's just get something straight. I never claimed that I was an expert. It's just me giving my own 2 cents, my own thoughts on what I see. Okay? Fair enough? Good enough? Good. Let's move on. Now, here's the purpose of this video. Can Inter Miami make the playoffs? Right now in the Eastern Conference, they are 14 places away from Chicago, who's in 9th place. That's the last place they need to go. Okay, they need to get to where Chicago is. And they have played 22 games, and looks like there's 23 games. It looks like they need to make up 3 games, because it looks like a lot of teams have played 25. No, actually, most have played 24. Some have played 23. But the point is, they've got 2 games in hand that it looks like they play against Chicago and Montreal, 2 teams that they need to get points off of big time. And really, and yes, I did see ESPN FC tonight where they talked about this. And Ali Marino said, what happens with Lionel Messi if things don't, in the League Cup, everything was, peaches and cream. Everything was smiling. Everything was all happy and well. But what happens when things go pear-shaped? When things don't go as well? And in the MLS, when it becomes a grind for Lionel Messi? I don't think Lionel Messi is going to feel that way. Again, Lionel Messi, when he left Barcelona, he said he didn't want to leave Barcelona, okay? He did not want to leave Barcelona. He did not want to go to Paris. He was in a place that he was very unhappy at. But now that he's in a place where he wants to be, he's got his 2 buddies there, I don't think that's going to be a problem with things going pear-shaped, that he's going to have a difficult time dealing with that. I think he's going to adjust quite well. Obviously, 7 games, the 8th game, he's going to play 8 games, 8 cup games before he plays his first MLS Cup game, regular season game, against New York Red Bull. And New York Red Bull sits in 11th place, and they are 11 points above Inter Miami. Can Lionel Messi get Inter Miami to the playoffs? Now, if they win their 2 games in hand, and they're only 8 points away from Chicago, then you got to think they're going to go for it. But ultimately, even if they don't win, even if they don't make it to the playoffs, then you're looking at a team that's going to be very dangerous next year. Okay, when Messi's going to get a full preseason in, and he's going to be ready to go. Again, this is absolutely amazing what he has done without really having a preseason, because he finished with Paris Saint-Germain like mid-May, and then basically was on vacation, and then probably then came to Miami. Probably about like the week of the 17th is when he actually started training, and then played. I think for the 21st, something like that. For when it was, but he played his first game against Cruz Azul. He came on in the second half and scored that absolutely brilliant goal. Then played against Atlanta United and actually came off in the 78th minute. And but then he has played 90 minutes plus 2 penalty kick shootouts since then. And where some teams might not consider the U.S. Open Cup something to write home about, it looks like he does want to play in that game against Cincinnati. And that's going to be an interesting game tomorrow night. Well, when I'm doing this is tomorrow night. I'm not going to be able to see that game because I'm going to be at work. But nonetheless, it will be fascinating to see how he does against the best team in MLS right now, Cincinnati. Now, Cincinnati got beat by the Crew 3-0 on this past Sunday, but it'll be interesting to see how he does against Cincinnati. And yes, by the way, one other thing before I forget, I understand it was 44 trophies, not 42. My apologies to all you people who love Lionel Messi. I absolutely apologize profusely for getting that wrong. My bad. Okay, but nonetheless, can Inter Miami make the playoffs this year? You have to think. I said at the end of my last video I wouldn't bet against it, and I wouldn't bet against it, but it's going to be fascinating to see. Because look, the teams that are above them are really not as good as they are. Not with Messi, Busquets, and Jordi Alba, and Calendar's become a fantastic goalkeeper, or probably already was a good goalkeeper. And again, it'll be fascinating to see. I'm not going to bet against them, but again, we'll find out how this all pans out. They're 14 points away from Chicago. We'll see how that all works out. Again, thanks for watching. Go Arsenal. And to all you people who think I hate Messi, I don't. And all you people who disagree with these are just my thoughts, my 2 cents, okay? I'm just giving my thoughts. That's all it is, okay? From the top of my head. No scripts, no nothing. Just my thoughts from the top of my head. Take it or leave it. Okay, thanks for watching. Go Arsenal. And please click like, share, and subscribe. Have a good rest of your day.